All right, what is up, y'all? Jerry here, and we are back with our second live stream of the day because technically it's still the same day. Won't be soon. I might count this for tomorrow's stream. We'll see. But we out here drafting, man. And hey, if you don't have the notifications on, this is why you gotta turn them on. You never know what we might do. Might go live at any time of the day, twice a day. You never know. But appreciate everyone for joining me. Happy Monday, almost at midnight. It is 11:44 p.m. and we're out here streaming, man. Who's doing it like us? Who's starting these streams this late? But we're in an eliminator draft and we're waiting for two. I think this will fill. So if you're watching, you want to join, hop on in the eliminator. And we got Steven out here, old as dirt. How we doing, big dog? The kitties are chilling. We got Momo up in the top right. And hey, listen to Steven. If you're watching, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. We're streaming every single day. We're having a great time doing it. You never know what we might do. 2-a-days, long streams, surprise guests. You never quite know. But appreciate the late night crew, man. We're out here holding it down. And we got this draft filled. Picking at pick 5-2. That always feels good. And yes, our homie taking dollars reminds us we got to enter the big dog. Do I expect it to fill? No. If it does, would I do it? Yeah. We are waiting for 11. Before this, I started this stream. I did join 101 Dalmatian to see if I could do another, but there was only one other person in the lobby, still is. So highly doubt we're going to fill that tonight. And also, hope I'm on the right microphone. I checked. Pretty sure I am, but I've messed it up a couple times recently. Okay, I'm good. Just got to double check, But we out here in an eliminator draft. We got Jamie out here. How we doing? Max and the little Dalmatian. I could do one of those after. We'll see. I did one of them earlier on stream. So we got Mike in here. First elim. Gonna need some tips. We'll definitely get into some eliminator tips because I feel like I've probably streamed the most eliminator drafts out of people streaming so far this summer. I like doing them on stream. They're fun, and we can actually get them filled. We got Huhames in here, too. Rumor is he doesn't sleep, and he's just an owl. But how we doing, man? How we doing? Oh, and just about to actually try and sleep. But hey, thanks for popping in anyways, man. Appreciate you. Huhames absolutely crushing it on YouTube as well. If y'all don't know Huhames, what you doing? We're just going to play it easy, simple. We're going to take JSN, pick 5. And Jamie just hit that like button too. He's got the notifications on as well. That's how he's in here right away at almost midnight. Holding it down, man. Late night crew. And we got Teddy on Fetty in here too. Teddy on Fetty, I don't think he's in the chat, but I like this guy because he let me get Jamison Williams at pick 55 in a Best Ball Mania. I put that clip on Twitter. And if y'all ain't following me on Twitter, check me out on Twitter at Jerry Football. I'm trying to post a little more. I post some of my teams on there that really stand out and I like. And I usually post when I'm going live. So tap in. Yeah, Jamie doesn't sleep either. It is 3 a.m. his time. But hey, this is who we hold it down for, man. This is who we hold it down for because some people, they work at night. I work shift work as well. Like I got home around like 11:10 p.m. tonight. It's 11:48 right now. And sometimes I work from 11 to 7. I know there's some people in here too, like Wilson as well, who's working them night shifts, and we can provide some live entertainment for them folks. Yeah, who is the owl out here? Huhames is definitely the owl. But we're in an eliminator. This is number like 40, 41 for me. I think, let's see, 39, but I am in the one slow. And we're one pick away still. This person, man, I feel like they're just autoing. I don't know. I have a couple players queued up in case it is my turn while I'm sleeping. But I only joined that one so I could get the free eliminator from the promotion. How much Sion Vaki do I have? I have 1 share pre-draft. 1 share pre-draft. Post-draft, I unfortunately do not have any Sion Vaki. Unfortunately. Now, looking here, this is a tough pick for me because the best available receivers do have the same bye week as JSN, and I mean, we have to make it to that week anyways. I'm kind of talking myself into it. Let's go AJ Brown on this team. Let's go AJ Brown. You notice he has an ADP on DK? That's hilarious. Sion Vaki. But I do have 1 share pre-draft, and I can prove it. Pre-draft best ball, exposures, Sion Vaki. In a big board, too. A $10 draft. We took 1 share. And you know what, man? Maybe he just outplays Pacheco. Would anyone really be surprised about that if Sion Vaki can outspell Pacheco? Steven never worked the normal shifts either. Sounds boring. I don't know. Honestly, I kind of like the sounds of a normal shift. And we see Trey McBride go before Brock Bowers in this draft. Trey McBride before Brock Bowers. I don't remember the last time I've seen that. I really don't. Now, Brock Bowers falls to us at 29. Y'all know I don't love the elite tight ends in the eliminator, but if you give me Brock Bowers in the 3rd round, we were 1 pick away, man. That sucks. That sucks. Man, honestly, I don't love these running back prices. I don't love ETN. So screw it, dude. I'm going to go 0 RB. Let's try this out. It's late at night, so we're getting weird. We're going 0 RB. AJ Brown, former teammate with Devonta Smith. I was thinking about taking Josh Jacobs, who goes to Buddy Man right here. Also, what's up, Buddy Man? How we doing? I was thinking about taking Jacobs because honestly, I kind of like him more than ETN. Especially early in the season, if Alvin Kamara is just still on the team, he's going to be playing. He's still Alvin Kamara. Who Haim's doing the 12s on the weekends, but get paid for 40? Yeah, that's a shift to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Where I work, we have some maintenance people that have that shift. And I mean, if you don't mind not having weekends, not bad. Although I imagine it's not great for Sunday football. That's the thing. If you're working 12 hours on Sunday, you don't get to watch football. Unless it's a night shift, then you got to sleep too. So that's the only thing that I would not like about that. But man, if it was like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, where you work 3/12s, sweet. Hey, kitties, knock it out. You're being the kitties, man. Going at it. Kitties they save it for the stream. They can't help themselves. Like Steven said earlier, cats will be cats because that's what cats do. Huhaim's job decommissions, which means you move to Thursday to Saturday later in the year. Gotcha. Well, that's not so bad then. I don't mind missing a Thursday night football game. I don't watch college football, so Saturday would be fine too. And then you have all day Sunday. And then you can justify chilling and relaxing because you just worked 3/12s. So you can just watch football. Sweet. Okay, Swift goes. I was hoping for Swift. Now I'm in the part where I feel a little desperate for running back, but honestly, I'm still kind of feeling like pushing it. I can't though, man. Screw it, dude. We're taking Judkins. I know it's another week 11 bye, and that probably just killed this team if it makes week 11. But you know what? Maybe we're just going to play this one by taking all bye weeks that are week 10 or later and just say, you know what? If we make $1,000 off this $10, then I'm happy with that. But looking back, like, would I rather have Jacobs and like a receiver, like a Jacobs and Mike Evans, or a Quinshon Judkins and Devonta Smith? Honestly, I'd much rather have Jacobs and Mike Evans or Terry or Burden, one of these receivers. So, lesson learned right there, just take the running back in the third round instead of a third receiver because it's not going to feel that great. But we'll see if we can land the plane. Cats like the high T starts. Dude, I'm not starting high T though. I mean, the 2-hole definitely is. The 2-hole is starting super high T. But you know what? Honestly, this year, I would consider like 3 receiver starts high T because bitches aren't doing it. The bitches are too scared of the high T. All right, this sucks. These picks suck. Whatever. I'm going Loveland. I just think he's good. And yeah, honestly, I might just play this one where everyone I'm taking is week 10 or later. And I'm just hoping I make it to week 10 or 11. So let's see. What does that actually pay out? Let's look here. So this is week 4. I think if you make it to week 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if you make it to week 11, you win $1,000. If you make it to week 10, you win $500. Honestly, if I can turn $10 into 1,000 or 500, hey, that's pretty good. I'm doing 150 of these, so honestly, if I draft a team where that's just how it turns out sometimes, so be it. I took Loveland here at 53. I don't really understand why he's going so much later in the eliminator. And usually you see Brock Bowers and Trey McBride in the second. They go a little later in this. In the eliminator, with the way ADPs are, the mid-round running backs aren't priced up. So if you start light on running back, you're going hero like Judkins and pushing all the other ones. Makes some sense, at least at this point. Yeah, I agree. And that's why, man, like the mid running backs getting pushed up, like Pollard, Ramondre, Warren, all going 59, 60, 61. That feels so gross. That's why I like the running backs in the second round and first round. They feel so strong because their ADPs aren't any different to like regular tournaments. But you get the falling value on receivers. Like this guy, Teddy Unfetti, crushing. Started James Cook, Saquon Barkley, Chris Olave, Zay Flowers, Tony Pollard, Christian Watson. Starting with James Cook and Saquon Barkley and then getting Olave and Flowers as your first 2 receivers feels pretty damn good. Rome goes. Rome would have been a fun pick. I'm also not too worried about stacking in this. And you know what? We're already like, let's just take our guy, dude. Actually, no, I'm going to get a quarterback. I'm going to take Drake May. I'm going to take Drake May with AJ Brown. Let's be a little smart. Receivers fall. As much as I like Parker Washington, I'd rather get the elite quarterback right here. They still are just the best picks. And then if Caleb falls back, I'll go Caleb. And we'll just try like a genuine hero running back with Judkins, which doesn't feel the best. But honestly, if you're going to do that with any of these running backs, Judkins is probably the guy because he's got the clearest opportunity of getting 20 touches a game, 20 plus. Like he had games where he ran the ball 25 times last year. And then if the Browns offensive line is actually decent this year, well, I don't think they're going to throw the ball a ton with Shadur and Watson. They got better receivers, but I still feel like they're going to be a run first team. And if he can bounce back from his injury and their offensive line is decent, then Judkins could just smash his ADP. Now, I have my concerns about their offensive line because it's brand new and it's the Browns. All right, I am going to take another quarterback. Jalen Hurts or Caleb. I can take either. I have Smith. I have Loveland. Even unstacked, who cares? But let's be weird tonight, man. It's midnight. We're going to draft weird. All right, Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams. Who would I rather have in the eliminator? I don't know, dude. Jalen Hurts is probably a better pick, but I'm going to go with Caleb. I'm gonna go with Caleb just because I see like Caleb has a better opportunity to get better this year and ascend, whereas Jalen Hurts has a much greater opportunity to like decline and not be as good. Pollard's going to be an early sixth in BBM in a month, though. Yeah, I heard you guys talking about this on Blunt's stream when I was listening, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I kind of like him more than Stevenson, Jalen Warren, Chuba Hubbard. I think I'm probably at like 9% or something, though. Not too high. Do you like Parker better than BTJ? I do. Game tight. I do like Parker Washington more than Brian Thomas Jr. I think he looked really good last year. The thing is, if Brian Thomas is just healthy this year and he doesn't have the yips, and him and Trevor Lawrence really did improve their connection, like it's been reported, then he could really smash this year too. But I don't think that means Parker Washington wouldn't smash. I think either of them could and probably will because I don't really love the Jags running backs. So they might just throw it a lot this year. And yeah, I like Parker Washington. Rumor is he's going to be getting paid in the Christian Watson range. So that would be pretty bullish for him. We saw they just paid Brenton Strange a ton of money too. Mac Nova in the most absurd DK draft right now. My goodness. I was actually thinking I might do a DraftKings draft after this, honestly. I feel like you can probably fill a DK draft easier at night compared to BBM or something else. Person turquoise waving speech. What is that? Oh, that's a okay, I know what you're doing. I don't know why. That's an emoji, right? You tried to put an emoji and then just described it cuz I saw on Blunt stream in the chat and I can see in my chat. I have it pulled up on my phone next to me just so I can read the chat cuz I'm just using one laptop and I can see your emoji, but when I pull it up, it just describes the emoji, which is pretty funny. All right, we need a running back. If Harvey's here, I'm taking Harvey. He also has a late bye week, week 10. Fits the build of the team. And you know what? I'm kind of just committed to this at this point. I'm just committed to the late bye weeks. Like, let's just fucking do it, man. If we already make week 10 or 11, our team's probably dead. We've literally only drafted players from week 10 and 11. So why not? Let's just do it, man. If we can turn $10 to $500 or 1,000, sweet. You know how hard it is to make week 11 anyways? It's so hard. Pollard had 900 yards and 3 rush touchdowns. If it wasn't for the lack of scrimmage against the Browns, so much of 2026 Tennessee will be truly unknown. Yeah, that's true. Like Pollard's just been so solid. He's just been so solid. And wow, we see Kenny Gainwell and J.K. Dobbins and Kyle Monangai all went above R.J. Harvey, which is very interesting to see. Now, Blake Corum's here. Blake Corum's my guy. He also has a late bye week. And we're seeing a bunch of early bye week guys here. I don't want to resort to taking early bye weeks. I kind of want to commit to the bit and take these late guys. This guy only has one running back too, though, in Bucky. Will he take Corum? I would love Corum on this team. He would be a perfect fit. Corum goes, okay. Rashad White's just the best pick, and I need a running back. Even though I don't want to take early bye weeks, like taking a quarterback here, I can't do. Taking a tight end makes no sense when I have Loveland. So I'm going to take a running back. We get our first week 7 bye. Don't love it. I wanted to keep getting these late bye weeks, but one early bye week, I think we can survive. We still need to make it there anyways. Only have 3 receivers still, but it's JSN, AJ Brown, and Devonta Smith who can just all smash this year. So think of the Eliminator as like a redraft team. Would you be happy with JSN, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith as your 3 receivers starting every week? I think so. I think so. And we have Drake May stacked up with AJ Brown. We have Caleb Williams stacked up with Colson Loveland. 3 running backs, 3 receivers, Judkins, Harvey, and Rashad White at running back. We did get Harvey 10 picks past ADP, which feels pretty good. And we almost got Blake Corum 10 picks past ADP too. 1 pick shy there, but Rashad White, happy to have him on the team. And hey, if anyone happens to be watching this who isn't subscribed, what are we doing? Hit that button for me. We're streaming every day, sometimes twice a day, sometimes early in the morning, sometimes late at night. You never know. So turn those notifications on too. Do me a favor, hit that like button. We're out here drafting. We're out here drafting shippers. I'm gonna do more drafts after this too. So we're kicking it tonight. And we got Seth in here too. We got Seth. How we doing? Hunting that sweet, sweet late night EV. Honestly, man, I was just listening to Blunt stream at work, and I just got the itch to draft. And I did actually draft 2 Best Ball Manias while I was at work tonight, and I had like some time. So maybe after this draft, I'll show you guys those BBMs because I think one of them actually turned out really nicely. And I did post it on Twitter. So if you're not following me at Jerry Football, you can check out some of those teams I post. Now, I don't want to fall too far behind at receiver. I'm going to take Dobbs. We do have Drake May. I don't mind a double stack with those 2. And the receivers, they're going pretty quick in this. I don't want to fall too far behind. JCM goes, I might still be looking at a running back with my next pick in Tracy and Rodriguez. These 2, I mean, if C-Rod's healthy, he can help us out early. Tracy could help us out early if Scat's not all the way healthy. And then I think I can still push receiver. I don't need any other quarterbacks. Like Drake May, Caleb Williams is totally fine as 2. Yeah, we are scratching that itch, man. Sometimes we get the itch to draft. And we just gotta draft, man. Just gotta draft. Like after this, I think I might hop in a DK. Might hop in a DK Millie. Or a BBM. But I just did 2 BBMs tonight, so I'm not sure. Probably, honestly, just whatever is going to fill first. Because sometimes filling contests at this time, not easy. So if we have to resort to doing a $1 draft, we will. All right, Tracy just goes. Receivers are wiped out. Not great. Yeah, not great. Yeah, I guess let's just let it take Kelsey. Let's just take Kelsey. It is an early bye week. But now I can confidently stop at 2 tight ends. And I think Kelsey's going to be pretty good early on too. I was looking at like Shakir, Higgins, Casey, Concepcion, but I don't know, man. Khalil Shakir just does not excite me. Higgins, I feel like I can get similar production later. And then if I can get like Rashid Shaheed, I'm super happy with that. Trey Tucker, Jalen McMillan. I really don't think they're that different from these guys. Game type votes, BBM. We'll see if we can fill one. The only reason I would hesitate on a BBM is because I've already done 80. I did number 80 tonight, which is a lot. I'm well past the fill rate, but I like doing some early drafts, man, getting that EV. And, what's up, Zero? How we doing? We're in an eliminator, Zero. We're crushing an eliminator right now, and we're doing a weird build, okay? We're doing a weird build. Dalmatian time? Dude, I tried to join 101 Dalmatian. So, what's up? We got Eric in here. Eric's voting for DK for the late night wild rooms. I mean, we saw the other night, like our first draft we did was insane. But then the second one was like pretty sharp, actually, surprisingly. But we're out here in an eliminator right now. We are in a slow as well. Maybe we can make our slow pick together tonight, but I doubt it. And we're trying a bit of a weird build, okay? We're trying a bit of a weird build. All right, I just need running back. I'm going to take the missile. We are not caring about bye weeks in this eliminator. We're just like, if we get our money back, cool. So we're drafting a lot of late bye weeks, a lot of 10s, a lot of 11s, a lot of 7s, and then one Travis Hunter fine. But honestly, man, if it turns out like that sometimes, I'm doing 150 of these drafts in the eliminator. So if it's like that sometimes, it's like that. It's hard to even get your money back in this tournament. It sounds easy. It sounds easy, but it's really not. And we got some people up for the 101 right now. I mean, we could try. There's only one other person in there though. We got 17 people watching right now. So I mean, if we can try, we can try. I'll join one after this pick. And if we can get it to fill by the time this draft ends, then we'll do it. We got Eric saying he'll do a 101 too. Okay, we got at least 3 people saying they're going to do a 101. Now let me stay locked in on this draft real quick. All right. Receiver, running back is kind of what I'm looking at. I don't think I can take the falling Cam Ward, although these are nice values. Cam Ward, CJ Stroud, these are some pretty nice values. But I think I need to take a running back or receiver. And I think the pick is receiver. I'm going to go with Jalen Naylor on this team. It's Jalen Naylor or Omar Cooper for me. But because this is an eliminator, I'm going to go with Naylor as my third receiver. So you know what? Let's try it, man. If we can fill it by the end of this stream, then great. I'll do it. If not, we'll do something else. Or sorry, not by the end of the stream, by the end of the draft. So if y'all want to be in the 101 Dalmatian with me late at night, let's do it. I'll tweet it out too. Trying to fill the $101 Dalmatian right now for the sickos. All right, I just replied to my own tweet earlier announcing. So we'll see if we can do it. We're 4 out of 12. I'm not too confident, but we can always try. We can always try. Yeah, Mac Nova, unfortunately, not in the underdog state. And yeah, DK, it does get random at night for sure. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. That makes sense. It's always a luck of the draw at the end of the day, right? So we do have a couple people of their word in here. We got a couple people in the 101 Dalmatian. We'll give it to the end of this eliminator. But if not, we'll try and hop in something else. Yeah, we got 0 in here. And Mac Nova's in Connecticut. No underdog in Connecticut. Interesting. And yeah, the slows. That's one like little loophole, at least for all those people where these sites aren't allowed. It's so dumb that it's allowed in like some states or some provinces and not others. But being able to enter slows and still doing the slow drafts when you're in a state that you can't is pretty great. Now, I need running back. I'm going to take Pacheco right here. He does have an early bye week, unfortunately. But we'll rock with it. And we'll see who comes back with our next pick. Might still be looking at running back, but I could be interested in a receiver as well. I'm going to be done at 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, I think. So we'll see. And we're 5 out of 12 in this Dalmatian right now. We got game tight in. There we go. If anyone else wants to be a real sicko and join this Dalmatian, we're just going to pretty much do whatever draft is going to fill first. So We'll join that Dalmatian. If it fails, great. If not, we'll save it for another stream. I think all of my 101 Dalmatians I will do on stream just because it's good content, even though I think it's tougher to stream. And I got caught in a tough draft this morning. If anyone checked out my live stream this morning, first of all, apologies for the audio for like the first 7 minutes. My goodness, that is unprofessional. And yeah, I got to do better than that. But we were in a draft with Davis Maddock and BBG streaming it together. Shady Advice was in there. I just saw. I didn't get a chance to reply to your comment yet, but I saw Eric Moore was in there as well. It was a real tough room. Now I'm gonna just take Debo right here. Don't know his bye week yet, but as my sixth receiver, Debo feels pretty strong in the eliminator. And I feel like he's just going to go way up in value once he does sign. So give me the veteran. I'll take it. I'll take it. Easier to max here than in Vegas. Oh, that's good. If they banned it here in Oregon, you'd have to drive like 6 hours. Dude, that would suck. Now, I think in Blunt Stream we were talking about it a bit, but off the Schneid, fellow streamer, he lives in Alberta in Canada and is saying like that they're going to be banning DraftKings there, and then maybe Underdog is on the way too, or he might have said Underdog too. I'm not sure, but I don't think it includes Underdog yet. So that sucks for him, man. And I live in the province next to him, British Columbia, but thankfully for me, like driving across the border to Washington, is it legal in Washington? I think it is, right? Is Underdog and DraftKings legal in Washington, like the state, Seattle and stuff? Because that's not too far from me. So if I ever got stuck with that, then at least I can be a little closer. Stream drafts, at least snipe QBs much less. Yes, they do. Very true. But the draft I was in this morning, man, the quarterbacks were just going. Quarterbacks were going. Oh, dude, it's illegal in Washington? Oh, yo, I'd be fucked then. I would be fucked. Is DraftKings legal in Washington? Because if it ever hits BC and then Alberta and Washington are banned, then dude, I'd be done. I'd be done. You'd never see me again streaming basketball drafts ever. I'd be a drafter streamer. I mean, maybe if that's the only option. Or I would do it like Bindles tries to do and like hop on other people's streams and try and get some exposures there. But that just sucks, man. That sucks. All right, I'm just going to get a guy that's probably going to give me points. I can probably wait on him, but I don't really care about ADP at this point. Let's take Justice Hill. I definitely could have waited, but whatever. Hey, Mose, what are you doing? What are you chewing on? Want to come say hi, babies? No, you're gonna run up here. There you go. He doesn't want to say hi. He just wants to jump up there and show his butt to y'all. All right. Let's stay locked in, man. This team sucks. Let's keep it real. For the eliminator, man, this sucks. This sucks. And you would get redraft cheery. I probably will make some redraft content, honestly, like closer to the end of the summer. And I'm trying to think about what content I want to do after the season starts. Cause like BRs and stuff, I really don't do. I don't really like doing best ball drafts like on weekly slates or something like that. And last year they had like like what, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter tournaments, whatever they were. I didn't do any of those. I'm not really too interested in that. Like I draft so many best ball teams in the summer. I don't really want to draft more best ball teams after the season begins. What I like to do for games and stuff is I like just sports betting, making parlays, getting like single bets, stuff like that. And I think I'm like pretty decent at it too. had been profitable. So might just make some videos on that sort of stuff. Now, looking at players, who am I going to take? Sure, let's just take Zachariah Branch. Late bye week, upside swing at receiver, past ADP, and then probably going to take one more running back to finish it off. According to Google, DK and Underdog are banned in Washington. That sucks. Have no idea, but New Nevada was banned. Yeah, dude, if that's ever the case, y'all never see me streaming again on this channel. Unless it's through someone else's account somehow. But hopefully it doesn't come to that, all right? Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Now, how many picks do we have left? We have one more pick. And then we'll have to figure out what we're doing for our next draft. So we're not hopping in at midnight, doing only one draft. Like a little punk. And we got young Moolah in the house, baby. How we doing? I gotta be a little quiet. It's midnight. The soundproofing in my apartment is pretty good, but I'm sure this late at night you can probably still hear things pretty easily. You know what I mean? So we'll be mindful of that. But yeah, shout out Gab for Life, man. If y'all want to subscribe to Gab for Life too, young Mullah's he's a dope guy, man. Little donations pretty addictive. Yeah, that's like the last resort. The thing is, man, like I'll be honest, when I'm streaming and I'm doing drafts, I kind of just want to stick to the tournaments that I actually want to do. That's why like it's easy to do the poodles and pointers and stuff like that on stream and easy to fill. And I know people like joining them, but I'm just not too interested in those contests. So I would rather just stick to like the eliminators, BBMs, puppies, like the tournaments, the higher end tournaments with more money up top is kind of what I want to be doing. Now, we need a running back. Our whole team sucks. So who do I want to take? Probably won't matter that much. And I think I'm going to take James Conner. Let's just take a vet. Sure. Maybe he can contribute early in the year. So this team sucks. Don't draft like this. Hopefully we'll redeem ourselves in the next draft. And yeah, Mike is buddy man right next to me. We'll definitely check out your team since it was your first eliminator. But I drafted a 2-7-7-2. Don't draft an eliminator like this, okay? This is literally just me hoping I get my money back. Really. We got Drake May, Caleb Williams at quarterback. Stopping at 2 there does feel good. Running backs, Judkins, Harvey, Rashad White, Keaton Missile, Isaiah Pacheco, Justice Hill, James Conner. This running back room for the eliminator sucks. But if things go right, if some injuries happen, like in training camp or early in the year, could just hit. Receivers are good though. But again, the bye weeks make it suck. The bye weeks, don't do this. This is me just hoping I get my money back. JSN, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Romeo Dobbs, Jalen Naylor, Debo Samuel, Zachariah Branch. It is a really good room aside from the bye weeks. And then Colston Love and Travis Kelce, they're totally fine there at tight end. All right, Buddy Man's first eliminator. We've taken a few eliminator virginities, on this stream. We've had a few people join doing their first elim with us. You got a 3-5-8-2. So 3 quarterbacks, already a good move in the eliminator. And I see CJ Stroud, 150. Quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud. Running backs, CMC, Jacobs, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Mason, Woody Marks. Receivers, you have Nico Collins, DJ Moore, Brian Thomas, Jalen Coker, Wicks, Bryant, Cup, Kirk, Laporta, Schultz. All right. Running back room, really good. Quarterback room, really good. Receiver room, pretty well-rounded, honestly, because like you're pretty top-heavy with Nico really holding it down, and then you're kind of hoping DJ Moore and Brian Thomas are just the wide receiver ones on their position. or on their team. And I like Jalen Coker, and then Wicks, Bryant, Cooper Cup, Christian Kirk. They could all be zeros, or they could all be like pretty decent contributors to their team. So honestly, pretty good. Laporta, Schultz. I think what I would do instead of Kirk, I probably would have gone with a third tight end, just because the three tight ends feel good. But then at the same time, when you look at these tight ends here, they're all pretty ugly. Like, who do you really want? If Kate Otten was there, round 18, smash. And I think you probably would have taken Kate Otten. But I do like Christian Kirk in this. Cooper Cup, similar reasons why he would be good in the eliminator. Just old. Hopefully can contribute early. Pretty good team overall. Pretty solid. I like it. I think for your first eliminator, yeah, you did pretty good. Really want some Michael Mayer. Yeah, Connor definitely could end up on the Lions. Wouldn't be surprised with Drew Petzing. And if he gets traded or cut, we'll see. Pacheco isn't anything special. He's definitely not keeping anyone off the team. Mac Nova doesn't hate that team, but I think I would have gone wide receiver over RB with that last pick and just hope you got it the right running back. Yeah, a little thinner at receiver is okay in the eliminator. Like 7 receivers, I would typically go with instead of 8 because I usually want 3 tight ends, 3 quarterbacks for the most part. But I still really like the team. I still do. Wasn't sure the med on 2 quarterback versus 3 quarterback. Like when you go Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy, you probably could stop at 2. But getting Stroud at 150, yeah, good pick in the eliminator. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. I like it. If you took him at 138 or earlier, like his normal ADP, it would be a little questionable for me. But with the fall, yeah, absolutely. And 3 tight ends is also pretty good in the eliminator, especially because they're just so touchdown dependent that you get a few more options there. Sam Laporta, Dalton Schultz is solid, but I think Tongus instead of Kirk would have really brought it together. Especially since like if Kittle isn't ready week 1, which honestly I still don't think Kittle plays week 1. I really don't. I don't know when he's going to play, but I don't think it's week 1. And then even when he does, is he just going to start like as George Kittle being the dude? I don't know. Yeah, we got some Tonga support, but hey, that's all right, man. It's your first eliminator. For your first eliminator, pretty good team. Pretty good team. I don't think anyone can really hate on it. So, yeah, there's definitely a learning curve to these drafts. They are different. You should approach it different. So, I like it, man. Now, what do you say we hop in another draft? The 101 Dalmatian is 6 out of 12, but it does not seem like it's going to fill tonight unless everyone in the stream just decides they want to do a $100 draft right now. So maybe we'll give it another minute for the people. If you want to join 101 Dalmatian, I will give it one more minute. And if not, we'll join another draft. I agree, man. Kittle is a lot more risky than people realize. Like, dude, it's not good. It's not good. CMC Achilles injury, week 1 target, missed the whole year. I think the CMC thing was a little different though, because it was like tendonitis that he was dealing with, not like coming off a tear the way Kittle did. But I don't have a lot of George Kittle. I don't anticipate drafting a lot of George Kittle, especially with his ADP rising. And yeah, CMC did come back and then re-injured. You're right about that. I remember too, because I drafted CMC. Okay, I'm going to leave this 101 Dalmatian. Unfortunately, we'll try and fill it again on another stream. But I had CMC first overall in my redraft that year, which sucked. But let's see, man. Can we do another eliminator? If we can just do another elim, I'll do it. We're waiting for 5. If y'all want to join an eliminator, let's hop in it, man. Let's fill this thing. Do some late night elims, and hopefully I can draft a better one than I did with my last draft, because I don't think anyone's going to say my draft was great or it's going to win, because there's no chance it wins the contest. For real. Sladen got 30% Tongas in all time boxes so far. I mean, he's not a very high drafted player, so if he really does just hit, then it's going to be good against the Bills. For the 101, only playing 4 games equates to missing the whole year. Pretty much, yeah. Honestly, in the 4 games he played, I don't even think he got a touchdown. So there we go. And we got Wabi in here. We got 0 in here. Game tight at the 12. Bloody Man back in here too. And then I recognize Kujaho as well. I don't know if Kujaho's in the stream, but if you are, shout out. Just a name I recognize. We got the Giants. Couple non-badges in here. Not bad. But honestly, when I look at my San Francisco exposures, I just realized this the other day, but I don't have a lot of Kittle or Tongas. Look at my San Francisco exposures. Kalen Black, by far my highest drafted. He's kind of just the guy I've decided to take my stab on as far as the running back 2 goes in San Francisco. I do take some Jordan James as well, 5.2%. And I'd have 6% Christian McCaffrey. I'm not fading Christian McCaffrey. I don't really want more than 8%, but I don't think I can fade him. 9.8 Pierce, Purdy, Pearsall pretty much at exposure, similar to Stribling, 7%. 5 Kirk, 5 Evans. It's kind of where I want to be on Evans. Around 5% feels good. And then look, George Kittle, 1.4%. Jake Tongas, 1.4%. But look at my shares. I have $95 invested into Jake Tongas and only 20 in George Kittle. All of my George Kittle shares are in the puppy. And I have a lot more Tongas in expensive drafts. So, yo, we got Best Ball Bobby in here. You think I'm right with Black over James? I mean, dude, James was on the team last year and he didn't get a single rush attempt. Like, not a single rush attempt. He was just a special teamer. Could he be the guy? Sure. They haven't brought anyone else in, so that's good for both of them. Like, they haven't brought in Najee or anything, although I don't know if that's completely off the table, but Najee off an Achilles, probably not the best for a San Francisco running back. But Kalen Black, a rookie, they did take him in the 3rd round as well. Like, it kind of baffles me a little bit that Kalen Black, who was the 3rd running back taken, he was the next running back taken after Jadarian Price. He's going after Damon Claiborne. Like, Damon Claiborne, who went in the 7th round, is getting drafted above Kalen Black. Like, does it not mean anything where you get drafted anymore? I don't know. And we get a gift. My goodness. We get a Amon-Ra St. Brown at pick 11. Wow. Let's go. Ashton Jeanty off the board to game tight at 12. Is he going to take CD or is he going to start 2 running backs? I'm taking whoever's at the top. He goes CD. I was really hoping to start 0 RB, St. Brown CD. That would have been really fun. Or St. Brown Jeanty. If I got St. Brown Jeanty, my goodness, dude. But I'm not blaming game tight whatsoever. Saquon, St. Brown, pretty great start too, and also very unique. So I'm happy with that. Back to this with the CMC. Wasn't the 101 in redraft, was 3 or 4. But I should have specified. I was in an auction draft. It was an auction draft, and I spent by far the most money on a player on CMC. So it did not work well. But I actually won the league that year. That's the interesting. I actually won the league because I hit on all the late running backs. And look at these cats, man. These cats are going nuts back here. What are they doing? Momo, what are you doing? They just love playing late at night, man. It's what cats do. Sorry, I ADHD off the charts tonight. But I mixed Kittle in a little bit. Well, I guess not really, just in the puppies. But it just doesn't feel good. That is crazy. He was cheaper than Ingram was last year. I was not drafting Evan Ingram. I was drafting all the tight ends that went 20 picks later, like Kraft and Loveland when they did, and Warren. Yeah, 49ers definitely could trade for a running back. They could be a James Conner team. They could be a Najee Harris team. Would not be surprised at all. But until then, I am gonna lean into Kalen Black a little bit. So, Best Ball Bobby read all the beat reports and watch all the Niners content, and they seem happy with James and Black. Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And most people think Black will have a role right away. I mean, they spent their third overall pick on him. Sorry, not third overall, third round pick on Kalen Black. And he was the third running back off the board in the draft. Like, he was on national championship team. He just wasn't invited to the combine. He wasn't invited to the combine. And I think a lot of people just don't really know too much about him because of that. But I'll take the stabs on him, man, especially because he's going undrafted most of the time. Like, no one's really drafting Kalen Black. So if he just is the RB2 there, and if he just does, if like an injury does happen to CMC, he can be a league winner very easily. Now, Z Franks, oh, please, dude. I might nut in my pants. I might. Oh, fuck. I was really hoping Rashee Rice fell to me at 35. That would have felt incredible, dude. My goodness. Josh Allen's still here. I'm really tempted to take elite quarterback Josh Allen, but I still don't love it. I'm going to take Chris Olave first. If Game Type wants to take him, he can have him. I'm going to take Chris Olave, the falling receiver. I still don't want to fall behind at receiver. I like having strong receivers in the eliminator. I know everyone wants their running backs, but I think receivers are valuable too. He takes Igbuka. Now, I'm going to take Josh Allen or David Montgomery right here. Most likely. Garrett Wilson's interesting too if I want to go with third receiver. But I think the running back here is the move. I like David Montgomery. I haven't looked at his schedule, but I've heard he has an early, easy first start to the season. So we'll take some demo right there. Don't be like our last draft and fall behind. Yeah, Sun God at 11. Nipples are perky. For sure, man. Yeah, that's a good point, Zero, with the San Francisco running backs. They said they were happy with him last year too, and you really can't trust anything that San Francisco says. They, from an organization standpoint, they do not seem like the most transparent. And from the Brandon Ayuk situation, they don't seem to treat their players the best either. So, but Zero is also Black over James. Just don't draft much of either of them. Yeah, the cats are out here wilding, man. It's just like if Black is the RB2 and he's just a handcuff for CMC, then the fact that he's going undrafted is absurd. Like, you have other handcuffs going way, way higher. And honestly, I think a lot of the handcuffs late in the draft are still going too late. So I have a lot of like zero RB teams with those late handcuffs, just stacking them all up, and they feel pretty good, man. Jesus, dude. We definitely don't want that, man. We definitely don't want that. We've done backup running backs before. Then they bring in Izzy Abanikanda week 7. Dude, throwback to Izzy Abanikanda. Whenever you say that name, I just remember a time in the big board, like the pre-draft contest, where he wasn't on a team yet. And then all of a sudden, people on streams just started talking about him, and he got steamed up to like the 150s or 140s, and then was just a complete zero. Really funny to see. It is true. If you have the right backup in June, not guaranteed they'll be the backup at the end of the year, especially in San Francisco. So I completely agree. But I'm willing to play a little risky. So I'm okay with it. Z Franks, what are you gonna do? Takes Daniels. I'm gonna just take the RB. I'm gonna take Pollard. We were talking about him earlier. I'm gonna take him right here, get a share, and then probably looking at a receiver with my next pick. Probably looking at a receiver. See what Game Tight does. Takes Carnell Tate. I think I'm Watson or Rome. Brian Thomas off the board. Christian Watson, Rome Odunze. Who would I rather have? Like, I just think Rome's better. I just think Rome's better is what it comes down to. So I'm going to take Rome. Also, like, I mean, he got beat up last year, played through it towards the end of the year, wasn't great. Christian Watson's gotten hurt like every season of his career. And if he stays healthy, Christian Watson's going to smash for sure. But I don't know. I'm just not confident in it. I know he got a ton of medical work done, but I'll take Rome right there. We have a pretty balanced start. 0-3-0, 0-3-3-0. You can blame leg up for the Izzy love. My goodness, man. Were they going nuts with it? Were they going nuts? I don't pay attention to any of their stuff. I don't read any of their articles or anything like that. I'm like tapped into I'm kind of tapped into everyone in the best ball community, like a little bit. I try and pay a little bit of attention to everyone and see what they're talking about. But at the same time, I don't want to pay attention to too much because then you just start getting confused with your takes. Everyone has different opinions about everyone. And you have kind of trouble differentiating your own. Slayton tries to make one smart, simple gamble and one stupid, longer shot gamble in each draft. Not a bad way to do it. Like, playing risky is good. Sometimes I do play it boring, though, and I just take, like, picks that are good and easy. Hey, Dan, stop playing with that. Don't play with the blinds. Kitties, man, I'm telling you. Before the sidekicks, they loved Izzy. Yeah, now they're all doing the sidekicks, which I don't love either. I'm not a sidekick guy. I would be open to trying out like the overlays where you can see like your exposures and everything like that. But something telling you what to pick and like an advisor, I'm not really for that. I'd rather make my own decisions. I'm not doing like 2,000 drafts or anything. So I really don't need like the help with that. I'd rather just make my own picks. Buddy man goes Rico Dowdle. How you doing in this draft, buddy? Team looks good. Bye weeks are all different. Strong running backs, strong receivers. Burrow stacked up. Yeah, man. Mike's crushing it out here. All right. Z rank goes with Addison. I'm taking Herbert. I just want a quarterback. He's the best available. I don't really care about stacks in the eliminator either. It's really not that important. So we'll take Herbert. And then might take one of these Denver running backs next. Could be interesting. Don't want to fall too far behind. Corum goes. And then Kyle Monangai. So game tight catching up at running backs. Disregarding the Denver guys and going with the Rams and Chicago players. Now I'm going to take QJ. QJ has been steaming up draft boards. But in these eliminator drafts, he is very slow to rise because there's just not nearly as many drafts going on. So we'll get a stack here with Justin Herbert, Quentin Johnson. Again, stacks aren't everything in the eliminator. You don't need to force them. They definitely do help, but I'm seeing QJ in the 60s sometimes. Like in the 101 Dalmatian I did earlier today, I'm pretty sure QJ went at 68, if I remember correctly. Yeah. QJ went pick 68. Did take Herbert 77, so I'm sure this guy had a plan. But people are loving their QJ. Oh yeah, that was you, wasn't it? Yeah. Is this Eric next to us? Took QJ 68? Yeah, same person, GRMB. I'm pretty sure it's Eric, right? I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But yeah, the QJ hype, it's getting up there. Yeah, that was Eric. Yeah. So I'm assuming you had a plan for QJ at 68 and then Herbert on the way back, right? I'm assuming that was the plan. Because I am curious to hear the thought process behind that. Like we'll take a look at your team after this draft too. But looking at it quickly, I like your quarterbacks. Running backs are good. Receivers are good. Tight ends, good. Like it's a really good team. Yeah, you crushed it. A little fragile with some of the age on some of those players just from looking at it quickly, but definitely a pretty safe feeling team. Now, almost on the clock again. I'm probably taking whatever running back is here. I would prefer Rashad White, but I think we'll get Rashad White too. Rashad White is my fourth running back here. Different bye week as well. Feels really strong. And then I think I have to look at another quarterback. Jared Goff would be great with St. Brown. I'm going to assume I take Jared Goff with my next pick. Game Tight just went with Bo Nix. He has Josh Allen as well and no Lions. So I'm going to hope he doesn't take Jared Goff right here. But Aaron Jones would be probably a decent pick for him or one of these receivers. And this is what's nice, man. We have people join our drafts and they're not snipers, right? They're just drafting their own team. So without a doubt, I'm taking Jared Goff right here pretty easily. I need another quarterback. We do have a lot of early bye weeks on this team, but that means if this team makes it late, it's going to be extremely strong. Yeah, that was Eric. Point was to advance, like your chances in that 4 to 12. Yeah, I like your chances to advance in that too. And that's kind of how I draft those like 4 to 12 teams. Like I kind of just want to advance more than anything. And then hope like you need to get lucky in those pods anyways. So being able to advance definitely helps. And yeah. The overlays can help with multi-tabling 5+ drafts, or you have 200 slows. I think the slows for sure, but at least like I'm just speaking for myself. But the way my brain works, like if I see so much stuff all on the screen at once, my brain has a hard time like computing all of that in like a snap second. Like I would need more time. So like for the slows, I could find it useful for me. But for these fast drafts, 20-second clocks, to me, it just feels like I'm pressed for time a little bit to try and like truly absorb all that information. That's just me. Maybe I'm just a little special, but Slayton saw QJ go at 100 a month ago. Still have no idea why he. Oh, dude, I know why he went up so far. I also have a couple shares. I have a couple shares of QJ at like 108, 109. Like in this back end right here, like the early 110s, I have some QJ, but 100% it's because of flock fantasy. I swear, 100,000% it's because of flock. Like QJ is his highest drafted player, and more than anyone, he gets the most viewers on his live streams, like not even close. And I'm sure he also gets the most people using his referral code to sign up for Underdog. So all these new people coming in the drafts, yeah, they're all taking QJ higher and higher. And I am almost certain that's why his ADP is steamed up to like the early 70s. Because I don't think there's been like crazy beat reports or anything. Like there was some nice stuff like a few weeks ago, but it's really just recently that he's steamed up so much. All right, we're 2 picks away. A lot of nice options on the board right here. We have 0 tight ends. So if I want, I could just double tap tight end right here and feel pretty good about it. Something I might consider too. And just feel really strong at tight end. Although I'm going to take Jalen Coker first because I like Coker and I want to stay strong at receiver. I love this team, by the way. The team I'm drafting right now is so much better than the last team I drafted. Like this team fucks. So I really want to make sure I land this plane. And I think taking Dallas Goedert as my first tight end will help that. We do have Saquon Barkley as well, but let's do a quick recap. We have a 2-4-5-1, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff at quarterback, running backs, Saquon, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Rashad White, receivers, St. Brown, Chris Olave, Rome Odunze, Quentin Johnson, Jalen Coker, and then Dallas Goedert at tight end. This team fucks. Also, we have all different bye weeks at all of our positions. So I am really loving this team. And we're staying locked in on this draft, man. We're staying locked in. Yo, how we doing? Long day? Yeah, dude. We're out here drafting still, man. 0 got QJ shares in the 110, 120. Damn, 120s? Pretty impressive. I was still pretty out on QJ earlier. Then all the positive buzz definitely helped. Yo, we got Wilson in here too, working that night shift. How we doing, Wilson? Yo, what's up, Rony Baloney? How we doing? What's up? Would you rather have JMO and JCM or Henderson and Worthy? Give me JMO, JCM. JMO, like it's tough, man, because like Henderson, it pretty much just depends on Henderson. Because if Henderson really does hit his ceiling, then he could be worth like a round 2 pick, which is extremely valuable. JCM, if like his ranges of outcomes, he could just be a complete 0, or he could get you 180 points this year. Like one or the other. I don't know how much of an in between there really is, to be honest. And then Worthy, kind of similar, like was last year just because of the injury and the whole Chiefs offense kind of being trash. And can he bounce back from a sophomore slump and be good in his third year and stay healthy? We'll have to see. The health is definitely a concern for Worthy there and me. Said QJ was his most drafted in the hundreds. QJ is still his most drafted. But yeah, in the hundreds for sure. There was a clip from OTA, Mike McDaniel talking to QJ and hyping up his physical gifts, saying that he was going to wreck the league. Yeah, dude, he was calling him like Andre Johnson or Julio Jones or something like that, which is like insane to say. But damn, these tight ends all went, which I don't love to see because I really need more tight end. And I mean, Gadsden's here, and I do have Herbert. So honestly, if I'm ever going to take Gadsden on team, it's going to be with Herbert. So let's just do that as our second tight end. And then do I want running back or do I want receiver with my next pick is the question. I feel pretty strong at both of them, to be honest. Let's see. See what Game Tight does. Takes Brian Robinson. I think I'm just Tajay Spears right here. I like the receivers as well, but running backs don't feel too good later. And Tajay Spears can at least actually we have Tony Pollard too. Do I want double Tennessee? Ew, dude. Yeah, I guess so. Fuck it. Let's just take the running back carries in Tennessee. Feels kind of gross. but whatever. I'm cool with it. 2-5-5-2 team. Pretty balanced. If we get stuck with just two quarterbacks, so be it. Just taking Geno Smith at 158 feels so wrong. So wrong. Would have been nice if Bryce Young fell to me, though. Zero likes Henderson and Worthy in that. I think it probably is the right move. I'm just a sucker for JMO, as y'all know. If you had him mic'd up for every team, every player is getting hyped up by their coach. That's very true. Like, no one's going to be really talking shit about their players. So, who knows? That is true. Like, the LA Chargers are a landing spot for one of these veterans. It is very true. Like, Keenan could just go back there. I wouldn't be shocked if they got Debo or Diggs. And speaking of the Rams, I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams brought one of those guys in too. Mike McDaniel's the king of scheming up Yak, and that is QJ's strength. You're very right. Yak, I remember as a prospect, he definitely was crushing all that. Went from fading Gadsden and drafting QJ to now drafting Gadsden, fading QJ. I mean, that just means you're a sharp drafter and you know how to read the market. And for people that draft all throughout the offseason, you need to pay attention to where players are moving and try and foresee like the direction of their ADP moving as well, because it says a lot, man. A team lays a lot of pipe. I hope you're talking about my team, because my team definitely does, man. Makes no sense to play through the expensive guys if the bull case is just Mike McDaniel. Yeah, there's a lot of bull case for that. And like that's pretty much the case for Keaton Mitchell. And I've kind of bought into that too. But I have not drafted much Keaton Mitchell as of late just because he's gotten so expensive, man. The 130s is really expensive for the missile. I'm also probably done at 5 running backs now with Spears, now that I think about it. I don't think I can afford a 6th. Now, with my next pick, see what Z Franks does. Take Sean Tucker. Okay, looking at the receivers are pretty disgusting. Judy doesn't feel great either, but in this contest, we also don't have a week 11 bye. I think it's totally fine to mix in Jerry Judy right there. Or should I say Jerry Judy? So we'll do that, man. Not buying Lad until he drops, play through all other options. I'm not drafting a ton of Lad either. Hampton, I'm kind of mixing in, but not drafting overboard on either. And AJ Barner does go. AJ Barner is the guy I would have liked the most, unsurprisingly. But I think I know what I'm going to do with my next pick. I don't know if y'all are going to love it, but I am going to take Tua. Or should I take Jacoby? Jacoby's just going to start the year. Yeah, let's take Jacoby. Just as a third quarterback, I don't need him stacked with anyone. Just a naked player that can help give us some points. I only have Justin Herbert and Jared Goff. And the fact that I know I can stop at 5 running backs, I know I can stop at 7 receivers, and I know I want a third tight end, means I have the freedom to take a third quarterback. And in the eliminator, getting Jacoby Brissett after the bye week in week 14, probably not starting anymore. So as long as the contract stuff can get resolved before the start of the season, I think he's going to play all up until week 14, which is just fine. You know, Roni's right, man. If only QJ had hands like Julio, that would be incredible. Shanahan always talks shit. Keaton Mitchell reminds you of Ty Chandler from 2 years ago. Uh-oh. That's not great. Although he probably had some games, right? Maybe. Yeah, Judy at 170 definitely was an auto click for me there, especially in the tournament. 179, like Dontavian Wicks went above him. I'm never taking Wicks above Judy. unless it comes out like um Makai Lemon's just really injured or something. Never taking Wicks above Judy. Trey Harris, I would. Ridley, no, I'm not taking Ridley above Judy. Denzel Boston, I probably would take above Judy, just because like he could just be the wide receiver one in Cleveland. I don't love Casey Concepcion though. Casey Concepcion was getting like some buzz about being used as a vertical threat and like getting lined up all over the formation. But honestly, I don't really read that as bullish for Casey Concepcion. I think that's a lot for a rookie to handle and to get accustomed to. I think if you just stick to one thing, two things, and really get good at that, probably like they're doing with Denzel Boston, I think it's going to be a lot better for a rookie's development than getting moved all around and have all these special things for you. And the thing is with Casey Concepcion, he just drops the ball, man. Like he drops the ball. He can't catch that well. Can catch. Not that well though. All right, I'm looking for a tight end and a running back. Or sorry, tight end and receiver with my last two picks. I could get Njoku and just double up right there. Don't love it. I do see Game Tight has 3 tight ends, so I'm going to assume he's not taking another one. So I will look to take my 7th receiver. And let's look at my receiver room. I have St. Brown, Olave, Rome, QJ, Jalen Coker, Jiri, Judy. So these are all good established players for the most part. There are some youthful upside with Coker and Johnston. So I think I can afford a rookie on this team. Stribling at 203, I'll take him. Yeah, I'll take Stribling at 203. Pretty happy with that. When the receiver room looks like that. Now, I think I'm just going to take Tongas on this team. It's Tongas or Colby Parkinson. You know what? I think I might take Colby. Let's take Colby Parkinson. He can just get tight ends on the Rams. Maybe he is just the tight end one. Maybe he is playing above Terrence Ferguson. Obviously, I like Terrence Ferguson more. I'm quite big on T-Ferg, but I think Parkinson's fine. If I had Brock Purdy, I'd probably take Tongas. Or if I didn't take Stribling, I'd probably take Tongas. Evan Ingram goes right after. Interesting. But that's going to do it for this team. And honestly, man, dude, I still want to hop in another draft. I kind of want to rip it. Kind of want to rip some more drafts. Drafted a lot of Ty Chandler last year. My goodness. 2 years ago, yeah. GOP with the 4-3-5-5 is maybe what you need. Oh my goodness. 4-4-5-5. Okay, I have to check out this guy's team after. But let's review mine real quick while this draft ends. We have a 3-5-7-3, so it's about as standard as you get. And I definitely think this draft is leaps and bounds better than the last draft that I did. So take notes on this one, not the other one. All right. Quarterbacks, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Jacoby Brissett. I took Brissett because I can afford a third quarterback. Third quarterbacks feel good in the eliminator. He's past ADP. I don't need a stack. And I'm not worried if he doesn't play late in the season. Doesn't matter for this team. Running backs, we have 5. Saquon Barkley, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Rashad White, Tajay Spears. We have both Tennessee Titans, which maybe it's not the best team to have both running backs from, but they can both contribute. They can both just give us points. And if they flip-flop weeks, then it's going to help us in this tournament. Bye weeks feel pretty good other than the 2 teammates, so I'm happy with that too. Receivers, we have 7. St. Brown, who we got at 11, by the way. Chris Olave, Rome Odunze, Quentin Johnston, Jalen Coker, Jiri Judy, and DeJon Stribling. I love this receiver room. Like holding it down with St. Brown, Chris Olave feels great. Rome Odunze, I anticipate, if he's healthy, having a bounce back year. QJ, slow to rise in ADP. We get a stack with Herbert as well. I like Coker as a breakout candidate this year going into his third year. Just signed a contract too as a UDFA is pretty bullish. Jerry Judy, 179. Never going to complain about that. Different bye week too in the eliminator. And then Dejon Stribling. We can afford a rookie. When these are a 6, I don't care if we have the same bye week as Olave. It does not matter whatsoever. 3 tight ends, Dallas Goedert, Aronda Gadsden, Colby Parkinson. Third tight end. Okay, tight ends is definitely the weakest position that we have right now. Goddard holding it down though at 134 pick feels pretty good. Gadsden stacks up with Herbert, and then Colby Parkinson, he can just hopefully get us some touchdowns. So I like the sounds of that. And I don't think it's terrible to pair with either. Pollard could get traded even to a contender, possibly. And hey, we got some love out there for it. Appreciate it. Now let's look at GOP. Let's look at this team, man. My goodness. 4-4-5-5. Okay, quarterbacks, Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold, Bryce Young, Tua Tagovailoa. Interesting. Running backs, Amarian Hampton, Scat, Chris Rodriguez, and George Halani. Okay. Receivers, JSN, Devonta Smith, Alec Pierce, Wanda Robinson, Jalen Naylor. All right now. Tight ends, Colston Loveland, Tyler Warren, Harold Fannin, TJ Hawkinson, Gunnar Helm. Dude, what is it with people taking 5 tight ends now? I think in our stream yesterday, we did 2 teams, and in both of those drafts, someone took 5 tight ends. 2 different people took 5 tight ends. Granted, one of them was hit him with the gritty, but still. My goodness. I mean, this team could definitely make it out of week 1. That's for sure. It definitely could. And in the eliminator, honestly, you never know. Is it likely? Probably. But who knows? Yo, we got OMG Godlike in here. And yeah, what's up, man? We are up late at night, ripping these drafts, man. It is 1:06 a.m. and we're crushing it. I don't know why. I'm not tired. So I'm just going to keep drafting, man. Fuck it. This is going to count for tomorrow's stream, though, so don't expect a stream tomorrow. But we're holding it down for the late night crew, man. Forgot to set position limits. My goodness. Yeah, back-to-back drafts with 5 tight ends. There's been a few of them. But fuck, man, why don't you say we hop in another? Now, what draft do we want to do? Part of me is interested in going to DraftKings. Does anyone want to go to DraftKings? Let's take a look at this 101 Dalmatian. I don't think anyone's filled it though. No. Does anyone want to go DraftKings? Does anyone opposed to that? Because I'm kind of down for a little DK. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of down for a little DK. I know we've been ripping the eliminators. I love the eliminators. But I kind of feel like a little DK. Wilson interested in a little Dalmatian. We got Mike in on a DK. Eric's there. You know what, man? Let's hop on over to DK. Hopefully, I know most people in here like underdog, but let's try out DK. Let's try it out. I think I can just do this, right? Is it already logged in? Sweet. Let's hop in a Millie. DK Millie. Hopefully this can fill. Location. We know what to do now. We're going to go to the deposit screen. I don't know if it shows anything when I click the deposit that I don't want to be seen. So I'm just going to show my face. But we learned in our last stream, this is what works. If you can't get the location to work, you just go and click on deposit and then go back. You don't have to deposit anything. And I don't think it shows anything either. But we're 6 out of 12. Hey, if you wanna hop in on DK, come on in. Max on DK, but I'll watch. Just woke up. Are you trying to max on DK or are you already maxed? Because if you're already maxed, hey, respect. And Zero is in a Little Dalmatian. If anyone wants to join a Little Dalmatian while we're still streaming, hop in with Zero. It just doesn't get me too excited. Like maybe I'm too much of a degen. Maybe I'm a sicko. But a $1 draft is hard to get my rocks hard for. Zero had decent results on DK, but the UI is too annoying and unenjoyable for me. I don't disagree, man. I completely agree with you. Especially for streaming, like it genuinely does just look way uglier. It really does. But oh, he's already maxed. Respect. I respect it. If it wasn't 4 a.m. you'd join, that's very fair. It's 1:09 a.m. here. But we out here ripping. I'm surprised. We got 26 people in here. So hey, if anyone hasn't already, do me a favor, subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Who's doing it like us, man? Who's doing it like us? Starting streams at midnight, going well into the evening. We're crushing it out here, man. The winner has already been drafted. I like the confidence. I respect it, but I hope not, because I don't want to just be donating right now, spending the next hour of my time drafting this team when the winner's already been won. But hey, there's a chance. There's a chance. Yo, you got to be trolling with this, right? The DKUI owns Underdog. I don't think so, man. DK is so ugly. DK is so ugly. I'm pretty sure Wilson's username is just Wilson with maybe some numbers behind it. But we're waiting for one more in this DK Millie, and then we'll get it going. Appreciate all you guys for rocking with me tonight. Late night crew is showing out. Active in the chat too, which I definitely appreciate. You do think the winner's already been drafted, not going to lie. Mid-third round, AJ Brown was the skeleton key. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. I kind of wish I drafted more third round AJ Brown. Obviously now. I didn't think he was going to steam up that much in ADP. So, a little surprising there. Okay, we're still waiting for one on this DK. Can we get someone to join? All right, I'm staying in this, by the way. I'm not going to leave it. But while we wait for the one to fill, so if you join, don't leave because I'm going to stay in this draft, okay? We're waiting for one, but I know by the time it starts two, it still takes 2 minutes, and I hate waiting for the 2-minute clock. So I am, okay, I have to sign in. I'm going to do it on a different window, or maybe I won't. I was going to say I'm going to go over some teams that I drafted on Underdog or the Best Ball Mania that I did earlier, but I might have to oh, I know what works. Okay, let's do this. All right, now we're in there. Now I should be able to, can I just go in? No, it still is going to make me log in there. Okay. Let's just do it. I want to show the BBM that I drafted earlier because I think it's a good team. And while we wait for this last spot in DraftKings, I have it on open on another tab. We're still waiting for one on DraftKings. So if you join that draft, don't leave it. We're still going to be drafting it. But while we wait, let's look at this BBM that I drafted tonight. I did this at work. I put some stars next to it. Actually, no, sorry. The team, never mind. I'm getting distracted. It's late, okay? I had a 3-5-8-2, and this is a fun team. Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud. Look at the ADP on CJ Stroud. 183. We got Stroud at 183. I don't need a third quarterback when I go Trevor and Purdy. I also got Purdy 10 picks past ADP, but I'm not passing on 183 Stroud. Running backs, G&T, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre Stevenson. Stevenson at 82. Don't really see that too often anymore. And then we just went with 2 handcuffs, Tank Bigsby, Kalen Black. If something happens to Saquon or CMC, and these are the guys, then can really help our team. 8 receivers. I definitely didn't need 8, but I ended up taking Noel to stack with Stroud, and I think I can get away with the 2 tight ends that I have. Also, the DK draft has started, by the way. We still have 1 minute until it starts, so I'll finish this team real quick. Receivers, Drake London, Zay Flowers, Rome Odunze, Parker Washington, Ricky Pearsall. So what's crazy is we got Purdy to fall and Pearsall to fall, which is going to be extremely unique. Debo, Judy, Noel, very, very strong receiver room. And then Kelsey Kincaid. Again, both past ADP. I feel like comfortable stopping at 2 tight ends right there. So I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. Pretty fun team there. I like it a ton. Now, let's hop on in our DraftKings draft right now. We are at pick 4. If anyone's in here, definitely let me know. Say what's up. Say what's up. Zero got 25% AJ Brown. Taking him every time, pick 25 and beyond. Definitely a good move. It was definitely a good decision to do that. I wish I got a little more. Did not think he was going to go up that high in drafts. AJ Brown was going to go up with the Patriots landing spot because a trade was almost guaranteed, but another team was possible. That's true. I feel like wherever he would go, though, it's going to be good. Like, it's AJ Brown, man. Eric's in here at 9. Hey, yo, said F it and joined with the first pick. Hey, you started it off strong with Jahmyr Gibbs right there. So, welcome. All right. We're keeping it simple. We're taking Puka Nacua. Just a no-brainer pick. Pick 4, Puka. Puka's even better in full point PPR too. Like, he was getting like 8-9 catches a game last year. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, I definitely think the rise is fair. I thought he was underpriced to begin with. So, you say first best ball draft ever? Like, ever? Or on DK? Or this year? You talking like just this year? Just on DK? Or literally first best ball team ever drafted? But hey, welcome. Happy to have you here. May is a huge upgrade to Hurts, less target competition. Very true. Dude, we're pause. But we're taking all the virginities out here. And yo, never done best ball before in my life. So I'm curious. You have a DraftKings account. What were you doing before? Were you doing like daily fantasy stuff? I'm curious to know how you got into best ball and everything like that. I'm very curious. Been doing regular PPR leagues for 10 years. Gotcha. And some dynasty. Yeah. Definitely think you know your stuff. And see you in the chat before. So, a little bit of DFS, but mainly sports betting. Gotcha. Yeah, welcome to the addiction. Guilo. Also, please tell me how to pronounce your name if I do it wrong. Guilio. I'm going to get it so wrong. You're going to have to spell it out for me. Zero was doing pick'ems and dailies for 2 seasons before trying best ball on Underdog. Honestly, the way I started on Underdog was I didn't know that it was just a Julio. Got it. Julio. Very simple. I started on Underdog because I didn't know it was just best ball. I thought they had redraft leagues, and I joined it using like a promotion code, thinking I was gonna do like some buy-ins for like redraft leagues, and then I found it was best ball. I'm like, oh dang, I don't want to do that. But then I deposited like $100 so I could get $100 for free. It's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna spend my money. I can't take it out. And then here we are. It goes quick. All right, Puka Bowers feels like a smash start. Trey McBride goes right before. Again, McBride before Bowers. Very interesting. See some interesting stuff. Promo code Flock. Hell yeah, dude. Yo, shout out Flock, man. Flock's the man. Have known about best ball for some time. Yeah, dude. The best ball community, they're very welcoming. I will say that. Like I'm streaming for the first time this year. This is my first time streaming. I've been in the best ball streets for this is my 5th season, but first time streaming, and I gotta say, everyone is very welcoming, very friendly, and it's a great community to be welcomed into for sure. Everyone's just super cool, and it's such a niche thing. Like even the people that do fantasy football and are really into it, like redraft and stuff, not a ton of people do the best ball or even know what it is. Like it's still so niche and on the come up that everyone who does it seems to really bond over that, which I like. Now I see you pulled up Josh Allen. Very common on DK for Josh Allen to go pretty high. I will say, not my favorite pick to make is Josh Allen. But if you can land the plane at your other positions, then it's going to be a smash. Now, I would love Jeremiah Love right here in the 3rd round. Give me the love. It would feel great. We would also get a week 17 matchup with Brock Bowers. So I think that would be a pretty easy pick to make. Smooth Kelly taking his full clock and goes with Devonta Smith. So yeah, I'm going to snap click Jeremiah Love right there. Starting with a very balanced team. Puka Nacua, Brock Bowers, Jeremiah Love. Feels pretty good right there. I'll be happy with that. Yeah, definitely smart to watch and learn about best ball before trying it. And hey, you're jumping in the deep ends because this is a $25 draft, not a cheap one. Definitely would recommend, like on Underdog, I would highly recommend doing those $1 drafts for your first time drafting. Respect to you for jumping in the deep end. And who knows, might just get that beginner's luck. Might just get that. I mean, the 3 milli is mine, all right, but might get that 2 milli second place. Very easy to get 20% back on your entry fees. Yeah, dude, it is. The first year that I played best ball, I donated everything. Like I did not make a lot of money back. I was ass. I didn't know what I was doing whatsoever. I wasn't really watching best ball content at that time either. Maybe a little bit. I probably started watching a little bit, but not too much. And yeah, I had no idea what I was doing and ended up donating a ton. But now we out here and we're going to become a millionaire on January 4th next year. It's going to feel great. Zero's in the $1 drafts learning. Zero actually does have a lot to learn. If anyone doesn't know, Zero, very new to the game. He's done a couple drafts, not too many, and has a lot to learn as well. So in those $1 drafts, Joshie, a bad pick. Hard to say he's bad. Hard to say he's bad. Polarizing is a good word. People are pretty torn on him. The reason why I don't take a lot of Josh Allen is just because I really like the quarterbacks that go a little later in the draft a lot more. And I quite like getting a Pickens level receiver at the turn instead. But there's a world where Josh Allen's just the guy you need week 17. And he could just like get 10 more points than any other quarterback any given week. It's possible. So I don't draft too much of him, but he really might just be the guy you need. Is playing the Dolphins too in week 17. Could either just absolutely smash or get pulled at halftime because they're up 30. Like it's possible for either to happen. Now, I'm going to take Jacobs right here as my second running back. I feel pretty good about it. Jacobs in the late 40s, I'm happy with. Feel like Pickens is too high. Would have rather had Olave. I don't blame you for thinking that. I was pretty out on Pickens early in the offseason because I wasn't sure what was going to happen off the field and the contract and everything. But him reporting to mandatory minicamp, definitely bullish. And him being willing to play on the extension, definitely good for him. Like, he was just really good last year, too. With and without CD, he was just good. Only quarterback with positive advance rates for the past 5 seasons, 18 and 29 a year. Well, that's interesting. 2v2, Josh and Waddle or Devontae and Lamar. You like the Josh side? Yeah. You can get Lamar a little later. It's not necessarily Lamar, though. Like, for me, it's the guys in the 6th round. It's the guys in the 6th round that make the biggest difference. Like Josh and a player that goes like Quentin Johnston. Josh Allen and Quentin Johnston, or like Devonta Smith and, or sorry, 6th round, not 7th round, like Jordan Tyson, even Marvin Harrison. That's a good pick. Marvin Harrison, Josh Allen, or Devonta Smith and like Jalen Hurts. I kind of lean towards the expensive receiver there a little bit. All right, back up on the clock. Receivers are kind of all gone. Maybe I should have passed on Jacobs with my last pick. Receivers are thin. I need a receiver. Could use a running back too, I guess. Well, I guess I'm going RB strong on this team. I'll take Monty. I like Montgomery over Swift, even in full PPR. Maybe I should have taken a receiver instead of Jacobs. I was kind of hoping like Waddle, Jamo, or Evans would come back to me. But the one thing is in DK is receivers, they don't feel so good later. They really don't. They dry up pretty quick. The only reason I'm willing to push it a little bit is because I have Puka. And Puka, if he can just be extremely dominant again, then I think we can catch up and still land the plane. Josh and BTJ versus Devonta and JD5. Personally, I'm Smith and Daniels. I love Jaden Daniels this year. And I also quite like Devonta Smith and don't love BTJ. But I know what you mean. And that's why I've been mixing in some Josh Allen when he's been falling lately, especially like at the turn, like at the 3-4 turn. Josh Allen feels like a pretty strong pick. He actually went at pick 45. Josh Allen went at pick 45 in a BBM I did earlier today. 45. Like if Josh is going in the mid 4th, yeah, I'm going to be taking a ton of Josh Allen. Like he's going that early for a reason. He is one of the best. The people with 0% Josh Allen who do a large volume like Pat Crane feels pointless risk. I agree. Like I don't have 0 Josh Allen. I do only have one team in Best Ball Mania, I found out. So I'm very thin in BBM. But as he's been falling to the 4th round, I will definitely happily take him. If you're a good drafter, you can take an efficiency price player with a high ceiling. Yeah, I'm with you. And whenever I do take Josh Allen, I usually push my second quarterback pretty far, even to like the 130s, 150s range. And I'm not upset about it. I don't disagree with you. Not a 0% chance that the Josh and BTJ side wins, which is definitely fair to take him for that reason. With the rushing bonus, though, like I don't think Josh Allen's really rushing for 100 yards in a game. If so, that would be a pretty big outlier. But on DK, for those who don't know, if you get 100 yards receiving or 100 yards rushing, you do get a 3-point bonus. which is pretty sweet. 3 points is a lot, but I don't know. I don't know if Josh Allen's rushing for 100. Okay, wow, receivers suck, dude. I feel almost forced to take a receiver, even though the value's here at quarterback. You know what, dude? I'm pushing it far enough already. I'm not gonna pass on Jaden Daniels. He's my favorite pick in this round. I just like him a ton. I know I might be donating with this team. This is like a true hero wide receiver and something I almost never do. But it's fucking 1:30 in the morning, okay? We're gonna be trying some different shit. All right. And maybe we're donating, maybe we're onto something. I wouldn't really try this with any other receiver other than Puka or Chase. But arguably it could be even better with Puka just because he can get 10 catches a game. And no matter what, I am taking a receiver with my next pick. I don't have a choice. I'm going to need to take it with my next few picks too. Yo, Julio. Zero definitely thinks he's in your corner, man. He's cooking. We'll definitely be checking out Julio's team. First ever basketball team. Grateful to be a part of it. And I think you were the one that said it was 4 a.m. where you are. So, hey, respect to you, man. And I agree with you, Eric. Josh is more likely to throw for 300 than Lamar. Absolutely. Absolutely, he is. And yeah, most quarterbacks not rushing for 100 unless you just get like one long one. But that being said, I think it's more likely for Jaden Daniels to rush for 100 yards than Josh Allen. Just because like he could get like a 70-yard rushing touchdown. Like it's possible with Jaden. It's possible with Lamar. Is it likely? No. Will it happen? Probably not. All right. Tucker Craft goes to Julio as well. Tucker Craft is an interesting one too because he could absolutely smash. He was doing so good last year before he got hurt, or could be overpriced just because the tight ends later are really valuable. Someone I still want exposure to, but not someone I get a ton of. Now, I'm not hesitating. I need DK on this team. Not the worst second receiver, not the best, but we need a receiver, and we're just getting weird out in these streets, all right? And yeah, Josh Allen stacked with DJ Moore does feel pretty strong. I like it. One game with 100 rushing yards in overtime makes sense, but I mean, even having one game as a quarterback with 100 rushing yards, pretty impressive. I don't know what Josh Allen's like or Lamar Jackson if they do have a ton, but Daniels has also only played 2 seasons in the league and last year was injured for like at least half of it. Lamar has 14. Holy fuck, dude. Really? Lamar has 14 100-yard rushing games. That's insane. That's an insane stat right there. And Allen has 3. Like, dude, if Lamar's rushing peak is probably behind him, most likely, just as he gets a little older, probably gonna run less. But dude, if he can just get back to like some of those long runs, I love Lamar Jackson's value this year. I love Lamar in the 5th round. Seen him in the 6th round now too. Like absolute smash to me. He is my highest drafted quarterback on Underdog, unsurprisingly. I love me some Lamar Jackson this year. Past 3 seasons, only 2 though. Yeah, he's definitely slowed down his rushing later in his career, and wouldn't be surprised if he's like a little less explosive and fast at this point after a few injuries as well. But man, Lamar Jackson's still electric. He is still electric. All right, we're a few picks away. I still need receiver pretty desperately. We only have Puka and Metcalf, so I can't even really choose another position, even if I want to. Although, like, I love Kyle Pitts' value. I like Kenneth Gainwell in full point PPR a ton, but I really can't afford those positions. I am locked in on receiver. Don't have a choice. And Downs gets taken. That sucks. I really wanted Downs in full point PPR as well. Dude, I don't love Addison either. Honestly, I'm going to take Pearsall over Addison. What was the news on Pearsall there? I didn't see it. Maybe I should have done that. Is it bad to take Pearsall? Probably. What was this news? Expected to enter training camps as San Francisco's starting wide receiver opposed Mike Evans. Well, that's a good report. Kind of expected, but yeah, the reason I took Ricky Pearsall is as my third receiver, I think Ricky just has more outs to more targets, catches, and then Mike Evans wasn't the healthiest last year. Maybe that catches up to him again. So I think Ricky Pearsall has more outs to finishing higher than Addison and can just be a little more consistent than Jordan Addison. Justin Fields has 5 100-yard rushing games. That's pretty impressive, man. Been a minute for Kyler too. Not surprised. And shout out Zero for all these stats right now. Appreciate it. Forget about the bonuses. Josh Allen had only 6 games with 300-yard passing yards. Damn. In the past 2 years. I mean, 6 games in the past 2 years with 300 yards. Actually, not a lot for that elite of a quarterback. Kyler, 2 100-yard games, both in 2020. I'm loving these stats right now. You've been scraping Pro Football Reference now. Let's go. Basically, since Joe Brady took over, respect. And yeah, because they've been since Joe Brady took over, they've been pretty run focused, right? Like James Cook in the past couple years has really blown up. He's done great. Okay, Purdy goes. I actually was considering Purdy and just stopping at 2 quarterbacks. Addison is still here. I kind of just have to take Addison. Although honestly, part of me is considering taking Wandale. Is that bad that I actually want to take Wandale over Addison? Please, someone talk me out of it. I'll take Addison. It's hard to justify Wandale over Addison. Even though Wandale got paid a lot, full point PPR definitely helps Wandale's case, but this is still best ball. Give me Addison. Zero loves Addison. 100-yard bonus monster. That is very true. Addison definitely is a 100-yard bonus monster. No, dude. Julio tried to log in on his computer and made him change his password. Now it's glitched and auto drafting. Dude, no, not for the first draft, man. No, not for your first ever draft, dude. Okay, you're at the 1 spot, so you got a lot of time. Hopefully you can figure it out. But oh, dude, autoed Stafford, that sucks. Because obviously, if you would have taken a quarterback, you would have taken Purdy with Mike Evans. I don't care if it's your first draft. I'm sure you would have taken Purdy over Stafford. So, dude, yo, come in clutch, man. Try and figure it out. Come back to this draft. Yeah, not like this, man. Not like this. We like donators in our rooms, but dude, not you, man. Not like this. Come on. We can't be doing that, man. Team comes with T-Ferg preloaded. Yeah, dude. T-Ferg and what's his face? I mean, you don't get Blake Corum right here. Colby Parkinson. Yo, round 20, Tyler Higbee. Fuck, dude, that sucks. I'm feeling for it, Julio. Where in the world do I find my already entered best ball drafts? Oh, dude, I'll show you. Okay. Go to contests. Go to contests. And then at the top, it should have the one that you're in where it says draft now. And then it'll take you to that draft. So it's in contests. You can make it back before your pick. But dude, that like you can live with getting Sam Laporta. That's fine. But the Stafford one hurts. Especially when Purdy goes right after. Feel for you. But yeah, hopefully you're back now. And hopefully that auto draft might just help you in the long run. Yo, Jarquez Hunter. Dude, I was on the Jarquez Hunter train last year. I was Jarquez over Corum last year, and it was not good. Stafford live for 300 yards. Very true. Very true. Josh Allen could never. But yeah, Stafford is a 300-yard beast. So at least you have that going for you. And yeah, you do have Kraft and Laporta. So you could stop at 2 tight ends, but maybe you get a late Terrence Ferguson or something. All right, I am just about on the clock. Let's look at quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. I don't think I can pass on Rashad White. I have Jaden Daniels as well. As our fourth running back, give me Rashad White. Catching passes, stacks up with Jaden Daniels. I think that's just a pick to make right there. Now, I still only have one quarterback. I have a 1-4-4-1 team. Still need to catch up at receiver, though. But all of these guys have 2 quarterbacks. So honestly, if Bo Nix is there at 124, I can't pass on Bo Nix. But he does get taken. Now, hopefully, Julio's back. Really hoping Julio's back. Don't want your first draft to have that experience. You wish you had 42% Rashad White, 30% not enough. Damn, 30% is a lot. I respect it, though. Goes Jalen Coker. Good pick. I was actually hoping Jalen Coker would come back to me at 124. So I love the pick right there. Now, you have 4 receivers, which is good. I wouldn't want to fall too far behind at running back. But you are doing well. I'm sure you wish you could have taken Kincaid as well. I'm sure you wish you could have taken Kincaid instead of Laporta when you have Josh Allen. All right, I'm one of these 2 picks. I'm either Shuck or I'm Dobbs. Will quarterback fall back to me at the next turn is the question. Because there are still some receivers that can fall back that I like. But I really don't know about the quarterbacks, which makes me kind of prefer Shuck over Dobbs right here. I think Shuck is the pick over Dobbs. On DK, people can be pretty quarterback thirsty. Although I do have Pearsall, I do have Bowers, which can open up some late stacks for me. I think it's smart just to take Shuck because since this is 20 rounds, I can still go 3 quarterbacks if I want to. And I don't really love the quarterbacks later. So let's go with Shuck, second year player. Kellen Moore offense still has some upside, and I feel like I can get receivers a little later. It makes me feel better seeing Darnold go right after Shuck, at least. So I like that. Your exposure mostly at the 124 ADP cost. That's pretty nice. Yeah, Zero is definitely sharp with the market and identifying the players that are going to rise and fall. Very good strategy. Yeah, the Kincaid would have been nice. Damn, man, it sucks that you autoed those. I feel bad for you, man. Yeah, I don't know why Rashad's cheaper on DK as well. It doesn't really make sense, especially as a pass catcher. And Julio would not have gone with quarterback tight end at that turn. Yeah, dude, I might be your first draft, but I know you're smart enough not to do that. And if you were going to take a quarterback, I guarantee you would have taken Purdy to stack with Evans instead of Stafford. But I mean, best ball is a crazy game. You never know what can happen. I like the Coker and Aaron Jones pick though. Aaron Jones catching passes, always good. Coker, I like Coker. I'm in on him this year. And okay, this sucks. Rashid Shaheed off the board 128. He's one of the players who I usually see fall on DK, and I was really hoping to get him back at 141. Y'all know I love some Rashid Shaheed. But at the same time, there's still the team next to us took their first quarterback in Darnold. Team next to him only has one quarterback. And then 2 teams at the back only had one quarterback until this guy took Cam Ward. So looking at the quarterbacks available, yeah, they don't feel so great anymore. So I'm fine. And Daniel Jones just gets taken. So yeah, I do think Shuck was the right pick there. But I still need to really catch up at receiver. So I don't love seeing these guys get snapped up off the board. But hey, we still got 26 people in here at almost 2 a.m. Yo, if y'all could do me a favor, go down, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. We're out here every single day, having a great time doing it, ripping these drafts at all different times of the day. Who else is doing it like this, man? Who else is doing it like this? All right, quarterbacks are wiped clean. So yeah, I'm happy I took Shuck for sure. And dude, this guy right in front of me keeps cocking me, dude. Takes Higgins right there. That sucks. Now there's like no receivers left pretty much. I'm really tempted to take Chris Rodriguez and be done at 5 running backs. But honestly, I need the receiver more that I can't try and push it. I need Omar Cooper. Give me a rookie with a little bit of upside. And wow, just found out the guy next to us is on auto. We see the little auto symbol right here. But Julio also only has 4 receivers. The guy next to us also only has 4 receivers. And mine are so weak that I just can't afford to pass up on that. Even if I like the value of Chris Rodriguez right there, I can't pass up on that. And I would love Keaton Missile too, but this guy's on auto, so we're not going to get the missile. Yeah, there he goes. Gets auto drafted. That sucks. Now, do I get another receiver? Do I go with another running back? I feel like I can probably find a running back I like with my next pick. I could take Juwan Johnson and be done at tight end. It would be a stack with our quarterback too, Shuck. I think I am just going to do that. I like Brenton Strange too. No, my mind's changing. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to go Naylor. We hardly know her, but I'm gonna nail her. I just need the upside at receiver more than another tight end. I just need that receiver. Yeah, Tucker's off the board, but we did get his teammate in Naylor. Tucker was off the board, right? Yeah, Trey Tucker went right before. I would have been Trey Tucker over Jalen Naylor, but I feel a little desperate at receiver, and I can't get caught up in I can't get caught up in that. Feel like with quarterback and tight end, you kind of want larger gaps in ADP between those positions. When you have elite quarterback and elite tight end, yeah, absolutely. You want at least I like to push my second. Like when I go Bowers, I am not desperate for a second quarterback or a second tight end whatsoever. Like he was pretty good last year, but this year, like he really just could smash with an improved offensive line. Dude, seen this game log, man. Brock Bowers himself hadn't won a game since week 1 because he was injured as well for a few weeks. Weeks 5 to 9, he was injured. Dude, that's a crazy game log to see. But I'm cool with Naylor right there. We definitely need the upside. And I don't think I had a choice other than taking 2 receivers with those picks. I just, even though I like the value of Juwan Johnson, I like the value of Brenton Strange, I just can't get caught up in that. Now, looking here, there's a few players that look oh, fucking Denzel Boston got sniped from me. Damn, I was going to go with Boston. This is tough, man. You know what? I don't care if by ADP it's a reach, but Debo is the best pick for me right now. I need receiver. Getting me a veteran in Debo as our 7th. Now at least I feel caught up enough. I feel caught up enough at receiver. I think, yeah, Mendoza just got snap clicked. So if I wanted Mendoza, I could have taken him instead of Debo and tried to push Debo a bit. But I like 3 quarterbacks is good on DK, especially in 20 rounds. But I honestly don't feel forced to force it. I really don't think it's necessary. Now let's look at tight ends. Again, they're not too inspiring. Running backs, I probably do want to look at a running back. I don't think the value is there at receiver. Quarterbacks, Geno, Tua, not really interested. So I think we look at a running back. We still only have 4, right? Yeah. Jeremiah Love, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, and Rashad White. So the 4 running backs I do have feel really good. Kamara is expensive on DK, man. Dylan Sampson off the board. I'm just Tank Bigsby here. Bigsby is just my favorite running back. I like him more than Brian Robinson. I think if Bijan and Saquon both get injured, I think Tank Bigsby's probably a better player and probably a better pick. So let's do a quick recap. We have a 2-5-7-1 so far on DraftKings. We have Jaden Daniels, Tyler Shuck at quarterback. Running backs, we have Jeremiah Love, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Rashad White, and Tank Bigsby. So I feel pretty strong at running back. Receivers, this is a true hero wide receiver build with Puka, DK Metcalf, Ricky Pearsall, Jordan Addison, Omar Cooper, Jalen Naylor, Debo Samuel. I think it can work. And then Brock Bowers holding it down at tight end. Yeah, dude, I kind of like it. I think it's working. I think it's working. 1% Aaron Jones. Now you're mixing him in. I took Aaron Jones in my Dalmatian earlier, my 101 Dalmatian. Yeah, I know Mendoza was available, but I think Debo was the right pick there. I still think Debo is the right pick. Oh no. No more technical issues, man. No more technical issues. And 0 is Trey Tucker over Omar. Interesting. I think I'd still rather take Omar. He was a first round pick. And end of season, he could just be good. Although the thing is, he plays on the Jets. But then again, Tucker, he plays on the Raiders. So also kind of sucks, man. Also kind of sucks. Yeah, are you gonna draft on underdog at all, Julio? Or are you just a DraftKings guy? Maybe you don't have an underdog account yet. B-Rob probably is a better 3-down skill set for sure. Tank doesn't really catch passes. Okay, I need a tight end. I love AJ Barner. I'm taking AJ Barner. And now I'm done with 2 tight ends pretty happily. And I know who I'm going to take it with my next pick if he's still available. Tank 11 career receptions, B-Rob 8 last year. I don't disagree. But I think just like the offense and as a runner, I think Tank would probably be better. What's Omar's upside? Trey Tucker gained 95% of routes. I mean, the upside for Omar Cooper is, I mean, he was a first round pick. That's kind of just his upside. And if he can, it's just the talent that you're betting on more than anything. Like, I think Omar is more talented than Trey Tucker. And I don't think people would really argue that. And you never know what can happen in best ball. Julio is definitely going back to underdog as well. Look forward to seeing you on underdog too. I wish I had a promo code to give you, but I don't have a promo code yet. It's touche. Trey Tucker spiked for 40. You are very right about that. And that's the reason I used for taking Trey Tucker so much in pre-draft when people were out on him. But Alec Pierce level breakout, possibly. Possibly. I've heard good things about the O-line in New York on the Jets. I've heard it's a pretty decent O-line. Tucker's outcome is a Debo Diggs showing up and making him a sacrificial X. It is true. Like, the Raiders definitely could still bring in a veteran. When are these guys gonna sign, man? Like, it's almost July. I feel like they gotta sign soon, right? I should have a code. You think everyone does? Maybe I should. I haven't like reached out for anything from like anyone as far as underdog. Like, I've thought about reaching out for site credits, whatever, but I feel like when I do, I want to have a bit more of a foundation, you know? Maybe after 400 subscribers starts to look a little better. So if you haven't already, hit that sub button, man. I think we're actually pretty close to 400. Like, we've been climbing, man. Y'all have been out here. We're at 378. So yeah, we're actually pretty close to 400, and the goal is 500 by the start of the NFL season. So I really hope so. Oh, the friend referral code. I see what you mean. Yeah, for like the $10 or whatever. But honestly, if you're gonna sign up for Underdog, don't use a friend referral code. Use one of the ones from a creator. You can get like up to $1,000 deposit match or something like that. Pretty good to take. I didn't acknowledge. I took Ayuk with my last pick. Felt like a pretty easy pick to make with Jaden and need an upside. Quarterback's dead. I'm not taking Cousins. Quarterbacks are dead. We're not looking at anymore. We're stuck with where we are. And sure, I'll take Emmett Johnson. I'll take Emmett Johnson. Wide receivers, running backs. I probably just go 2 more receivers, honestly. It's probably a 10 receiver room. I think 6 running backs when I have Love, Jacobs, Montgomery, White, Bigsby, and Emmett Johnson. Like, we can stop there. I think I probably get the most value out of more receivers on this team just because we're so weak there. It's going to be a pretty uncommon build, like a 2-6 or 2-6-10-2. But fuck it, dude. Do I really want Carson Beck or Kirk Cousins or Deshaun Watson? No, I don't. I'd rather just take the shots on skill position players. I could go with a running back, though. Maybe a 7th running back is the move. Like, do I really need 10 receivers? 10 receivers is pretty overkill. I think it's probably worth it just to take a stab at with Omar, you need 10. I haven't drafted that much Omar this year. Really haven't. But I'm gonna take Kalen Black. And then we'll take a receiver with our last pick. So 7 running backs. What I'm really hoping is that Jaden Daniels is just really good. We also don't even have stacks, really. Like Jaden, we have stacked with Rashad White, and then Shuck, we have unstacked. But at the same time, I don't think it's really necessary. They run the ball a lot too. Would it be better? Sure. But I'm not going to force it on this team. And then we have one more pick to make. So, Christopher, you get paid for referrals as site credits? Gotcha. Yeah, who was big on Omar pre-draft? It is true. If you have people using your code, go back to ask for site credits. Get those referrals as leverage. That is true. That is true. How do I even drop that? Can I even do it from the computer? I know how to do it on my phone. Oh well. It's 2 a.m. honestly. I don't really care to do that at 2 a.m. You were hoping Omar landed with the Browns. Jets not great. I mean, I don't think the Browns is that much better. I was thinking Omar could go to the Browns too. I was thinking Cardinal Tate was going to end up going to the Browns. Happy because Boston ended up there. I was not drafting Boston like at all pre-draft. I think I have like 1% Denzel Boston pre-draft, maybe 2. Just something to think about for the future. Dude, appreciate it big time, man. Appreciate it big time. That is something good to think about as far as referrals and everything. Sweating Boston going to the 49ers, horrible spot. Yeah. They took Stribling instead. And Browns, I mean, they definitely have the most wide open room for them right there. So, and look at all these receivers off the board now. Wow. A ton of receivers going off around 19, 20. People just making their bets. I know who I'm taking. We'll wait till this person makes their pick. They take Emmanuel Wilson. I'm going to take Vele. We got a little stack with Shuck. We need another receiver. I'm cool with it. 2792. Interesting build. Wow, Joe Mixon just got auto drafted by this guy. Absolutely hilarious. Okay, quarterbacks. We have Jaden Daniels and Tyler Shuck. We're going to stay. Quarterbacks, we have Jaden Daniels, Tyler Shuck. Running backs, 7. Jeremiah Love, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Rashad White, Tank Bigsby, Emmett Johnson, Kalen Black. Feels really strong at running back. Receivers, we went with like a hero wide receiver build with Puka Nakua, and then we didn't get our second until DK. But DK, Pearsall, Addison, Omar Cooper, Jalen Naylor, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and Devon Bailey. I think it kind of works. If Brandon Ayuk is decent as well, it would definitely help. Debo can still go back to the Commanders as well. And then tight ends, Bowers and AJ Barner. Really happy with those two and stopping at 2 right there. And yes, I don't do a ton of our team reviews, but I will definitely check out your very first team. I would be honored. And I'm going to keep it real too. Not going to lie. I'll keep it real. So we got Julio out here with his first ever best ball draft. First ever. Not this year, not this summer. First ever in our stream. I'm honored. Goes with a 2-6-9-3. 2 quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford. We have to remember, he unfortunately auto-drafted Matthew Stafford and Sam Laporta. Running backs has 6. Jahmyr Gibbs, Tony Pollard. And who else we got? Aaron Jones, Zach Charbonnet, Ray Davis, and Kamani Vidal. Some nice handcuffs at the end. Vidal, Ray Davis. I like those guys. Charbonnet, a little expensive. A little expensive for me with the injury. But if he comes back a little earlier than expected, if he's just decent when he comes back even, could pay it off. And when you have Gibbs, definitely gives you a little more flexibility. Receivers, Rashee Rice, DJ Moore, Mike Evans, Jalen Coker, Travis Hunter, Antonio Williams, Jerry Jeudy. Big yawn. Christian Kirk, Malachi Fields. I like the receiver room too. Yeah, receiver room looks good. Rashee Rice in full point PPR, very nice. DJ Moore stacked up with Josh Allen. I like it a ton. And then tight ends, Tucker Kraft, Sam Laporta, as we know. And then Gunnar Helm for your 3 tight ends. Feels really strong there too. So yeah, first ever best ball team. I would definitely say it's better than the one I did. Now, if I would change anything, instead of Gunnar Helm, I would have taken Terrence Ferguson. Just me personally. Oh, dude. Helm was also an auto. Okay, well, never mind. I mean, yeah, you said you've been keeping up with content and been consuming some content. So you're clearly sharp for a new drafter. And yeah, Gunnar Helm, still not a bad pick though. And Ray Davis, if you autoed Ray Davis as well, not a bad auto pick, especially with Josh Allen. So I don't know. I think you did get a little lucky for the unfortunate auto drafts. So can't go to the sports science site without while drafting, you get logged out. Oh, interesting. Interesting to know for DraftKings. But that was fun, man. That was a fun stream. Very impulsive stream. We are almost 2.5 hours into this. We still got Steven out here too. Auto drafting Mixon. Yeah, not a great. But what a great way to end this evening, man. And Julio's underdog name is G Duramio. Probably pronounced that wrong too, but we can be on the lookout for Julio in our underdog drafts as well. Holding it down. And appreciate all you guys showing up with me, man. Impulsive late night stream. Shout out to Blunt as well. Giving me the love and sending some of you guys over here too. We always love drafting with Blunt, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, you got a little correlation with Pollard and Helm. So a little bet on Tennessee right there. But yeah, that's going to do it for me tonight. I think this is going to count as tomorrow's stream unless I'm just feeling like rocking some late night drafts tomorrow night too. We'll see. But until then, have the notifications on so you can find out. All right. So catch you guys tomorrow, man. Time to sleep. I love you. Joy is beautiful. And we are going to end this stream. Shout out Julio, man. First ever draft. Love that. Hey, damn it. Hey, down. Hey, boy. Yo. Oh, dude, I just fell off my stool too. Yo, what a way to end this stream. Okay.